What's up, you guys? Okay, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Ash Brown. This is the Ash Brown Uncensored Podcast Show. So on this show, it's a little bit different from my normal programming. It's a little different because I basically talk a little bit about everything and anything that comes to mind that's relevant for me that particular week, day, time, year, whatever the heck I choose. This is the time for me to do that and talk that. So a girl got a new microphone. Yes, I'm a little crisp, sounding crisp and clear. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let's get into it, y'all. Okay, so by the title of this particular episode, you can see we're talking about the babies. Now, a lot of people may or may not know about me is that I have had the hand in raising a lot of young people. I was 4 years old when my brother was born, and I was 5 years old when my baby sister was born. And I've had a lot of practice when it comes to child rearing and a lot of responsibility early on. I remember talking with my mom about it, and she didn't even realize that was a lot of responsibility. I love my brother and sister, don't get me wrong, but at the same token, that was a lot of responsibility put on my back to make sure that things were what they were supposed to be. So let's fast forward. Let's just go ahead and fast forward. I am who I am, y'all. With everything that's happened in life, it's just been just a whirlwind of just crazy stuff. And I've had to adapt. The last decade has been incredibly heavy. And I've had to come to terms with a lot of things. And I've had to basically be honest with myself about a lot of things. And I'm not dating right now because I just, it's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, there's a lot of reasons why I'm not dating right now. But I can say that I am talking to a few gentlemen. Yes, a girl has got to talk. There's nothing wrong with talking. All right. And I was talking with one guy, and it's crazy how manipulative some guys can be and how calculating some men are. It's just, I don't even know. So we're talking, and in one way or another, every single week, he would find a way of asking me if I had changed my mind about not wanting kids. Like I told y'all, I've been helping to raise people since I was a young person. And I understand and I know a lot of the responsibility that comes with being a parent. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. I wouldn't sit up here and say, oh, I know everything. It's, it's easy peasy. No, but the stuff that I do know, it's heavy. You're responsible for another person, another human being. And that is something that I never take lightly. Never. So while I don't mind watching babies, you leave me with a baby today, two things gonna happen. That baby's gonna be fed and they're gonna be clean. Now, whether or not they like me, that's on them. That's a personal choice. If they choose not to like Auntie Ajay, that's it. But they're gonna be clean. I don't have no dirty babies around me. No. We're gonna be clean. But every week, he would find some way, in some subtle way, to ask me about if I changed my mind with kids. That's why I knew he and I ain't gonna go no further than this. This little chat, this little talk, this entertainment, it ain't gonna go no further than this. It's not possible, because he clearly doesn't know that I'm that chick. I am that chick. There's no changing in my mind. When I have my mind set on something, I execute every time. Now, I may not be on the timeline in which I plan to execute and whatever it is, but I'm going to execute. So He caught himself one day talking to me. Yeah, Ash, this and that is that. So Ash, let me ask you this question. I'm like, oh Lord, I can already see this is starting to gear up to be some foolishness. Here he come with the shenanigans, right? So if God came down from heaven, Ash, and said that, you know what, Ash, I need you to have this man's baby, what you gonna do? So by this time, I already know, I was like, this is such an idiot. And you just completely canceled yourself out, sir. You just completely canceled it out. And so I entertained it. I did, because I had time that day. I had time that day to get with the foolishness, with the shit. So I said, God comes down from heaven. Okay, so you're saying for God is going to step down from heaven, and of all the people in the world, he's going to pick me. God is going to pick me to talk to. And out of all the things that I've got to answer in this life, God is going to ask me to have someone's baby? Because there's a lot of stuff in this life that I'm sure God just been shaking his head at. I'm like, good God, my child. Why did you choose that? Why did you make that decision? What was going through your mind? And you know what? I already know what's going through your mind. That was a dumb decision, Ash. I got a lot of stuff that if by chance, just plain devil's advocate, no pun intended, but just playing with it, if God so saw fit to come down and chill with your girl, it's a lot of questions and a lot of statements and a lot of things that God would want to talk with me about that don't involve me at all. It doesn't involve talking about having someone's baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am a few years from 40. And when I reached that threshold, it's a proud moment. I'm grateful for that. There are so many people that have not been able to reach that pinnacle, to reach that age. So God seeing fit for me to see it, I'm thankful. I am grateful. And y'all ain't gonna see no baby on my hip. I'm not playing with it. This is not a joke. Not a joke. Who's laughing? Who is laughing? God come down from heaven. If God comes down from heaven, I got a way more stuff to answer for than, you gonna have my baby. You gonna have, you got it. I said, yeah, I got a whole bookcase of stuff that God's gonna ask me about, should he choose to pick me from the crowd and talk to as he's coming down to earth below. People are crazy, y'all. People are crazy. I just let crazy people be. I don't argue with them. Life is too short. I purposely live a stress-free life. Stress-free. I don't deal with the stress. I just let it go. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just going to exit stage left. And that's going to be it. I'm going to exit stage left, and that is going to be it. So, I don't know. People are crazy. People are really crazy, y'all. They really are. And the sad part is, they know that they're crazy, but they refuse to do anything about it. Talking to somebody. Talking to somebodies. But yeah, and they all say, don't tell people, don't say it out loud that you don't want to have kids. You're not going to attract a man. You're not going to find a man. Let me tell you, ladies, if you put it out there that is your desire, that you do not desire to have kids, anyone to try to persecute you for that, about that, tell them to go kick rocks somewhere. Because most of the time it's going to be an older woman that's miserable in her life. She's miserable in her marriage. She's miserable with her kids. She don't never see her grandkids. And she's having a miserable existence. What does misery do? Misery loves company. They love company. They cannot get enough company from other misery. They want to see you miserable. I choose life. I choose happiness. I choose success. I'm not dealing with that. Don't say it out loud because you gon' throw off the other. No, I want to be upfront and honest. That's all I can hope and wish for in a mate is someone that is upfront, honest. They're going to be real with me. I'm going to be real with them. What I look like sitting up here pretending that I'm going to have this man baby. I ain't trying to do that. Are you crazy? No. Never. No. I stand proud in my decision. I stand proud in my stance on it. And anyone that has anything to say to me about me and my stance on not wanting kids and being open and honest about it can go kick rocks. You heard it here first. Ash said it. Ash said it. Go kick rocks because I'm living my truth. That is my truth. I know I have my own. I give you guys a little bit of the surface reason as to why I don't want kids. It's not just that one reason, but there are a host of reasons as to why I don't. And that's my own business. That's my business. It's what I choose to do. You don't like it. Guess what? You don't got to like it. You don't have to like me. There's nothing out there that says, oh, you must love Ash. You must absolutely accept everything that she does. No, I'm just being me. I'm just being myself. You don't like it? Keep it moving. That's all I got to say for that. But people trip me out. I've had a couple of older women. Oh, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that out loud. They'll hear you and, you won't find a mate. Let me tell you something. There's no shortage of men. The ratio may be all kinds of screwed up, but there is no shortage of men in this world. Now, there may be a shortage of good men. That seems to be a lot of an issue today, especially pandemic-wise. But I'm not going to sit up here and be dishonest. I'm not going to sit up here and live in a fantasy world. I live in reality, y'all. I live in reality every single day of life. And I don't want anyone to ever feel as though I misrepresented myself. I told them stories. I told them lies, whatever the case is. I don't deal in that. That's not my cup of tea at all. At all. So that's all I had to say. It just was on my heart and on my mind. And I was talking with one of my peeps today. And that came up. It was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I love you so much for all your love and support. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. The Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show is available on all platforms. So you want some daily motivation, you want some good vibrations, go and check it out. Go check out the show. Tomorrow's show is going to be epic. Oh my goodness. I got Ryan Lil from North Carolina coming through and blessing us with some good vibrations, some good vibes. And I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side. Deuces. Have a good night.